Hey guys, what's up? This is David from Common RDW here, and welcome to another video where I'm talking to some awesome Nintendo, awesome creators here, and we're just going to be talking about the most recent February 8th, 2023 Nintendo Direct that happened a couple days ago of this recording, and I have some awesome creators here. Like I said, I have NintenCisco down below,
Hey.
and I also have Key to my right
Yo.
in Discord. Yes, right here, and
Hey.
yeah, it's great to finally work with y'all. Cisco, I met you like last year in 2022 at
Yeah, we were on the
PAX
airport.
East. Yeah, we just like
Yeah.
happened to meet by happenstance at the airport. And Key, I literally just met you not too long ago today.
Literally
So
a few seconds
nice
ago.
to finally meet you. You seem like awesome people, and anyone who loves the Nintendo Direct is also a friend of mine here. So we're gonna jump in to some direct discussion. We're gonna be first off, starting off with Cisco, tell me what your highlight of the Direct was.
Ooh, I really like this direct. I think almost all the announcements were really good. I think my highlight was, well, I have two highlights.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you can guess what they were. Definitely the Pikmin and Metroid were like
Yes.
my big things. But like Pikmin was exciting, but Metroid I didn't know about. Like I knew the Pikmin trailer was gonna come. I didn't know that Metroid thing was in the direct. So that really caught me by surprise.
Yeah, for sure. I even like see your Captain Olimar and Louie and Purple Pikmin back there.
Yeah, they're all here. They're all ready. I have
yeah.
a little Metroid section right here too.
Yeah. Like
his Metroid reaction is probably my favorite thing to watch.
Oh, definitely.
The pew 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 pew.
Especially
Yeah,
the fact that we
really
got
crazy.
Metroid Prime Remastered Shadow Drop the day of too, which like I don't know who would have expected that, but yeah,
me.
Pikmin 4 was amazing. It's great to know that that game exists after all these years. We got like a teaser last year, and now we actually got a release date of July this year. So that's amazing.
September.
I'm hype. And yeah, Key, what you think about that one?
Well, for Pikmin, I've never played a Pikmin game before in my entire life.
You never played a Pikmin?
No, I never played a Pikmin. The only Pikmin knowledge I have is from this guy over here, literally, because he talks about it all the time. But for Metroid, I actually did play Metroid Prime on the GameCube for a while.
Gotcha.
It was through GameCube, for sure.
Gotcha.
But it was a lot of fun. I never actually finished it, so I think I will get the remaster, and it was exciting. I'm not going to lie to you. It wasn't my favorite thing from the Direct, but both of those were really exciting announcements, for sure.
Okay.
For those watching, if you've never played a Pikmin game, there is a demo for Pikmin 3 on the Switch eShop, so you can give it a shot.
I will say that I have the new Play Control Wii versions of Pikmin 1 and 2, which I think are like the definitive ways to play Pikmin 1 and 2. Honestly, those games need a remake in the Pikmin 4 or 3 engine on Switch. I think that would be godlike if they did that. But yeah, Key, what was your highlight or highlights of the show?
Dude, definitely the Game Boy coming to the Switch is probably my biggest highlight for obvious reasons. I mean, a lot of my favorite childhood games were on the Game Boy, so to have that like officially on the console, huge. Literally last night I beat Mario and the Mario Land 2 for like the first time in a long time. It was just really exciting. So yeah, Game Boy.
Oh, for sure.
Game Boy.
How long did it take you to beat Golden Coins? I've never owned that game before. I've played it by borrowing like friends' cartridges when I was a kid, but I never wrote credits on it before.
It took me like maybe like 2 or 3 hours. It wasn't a long time.
You forget
it's a short game.
Yeah, you forget how short those games are when you're older, and you can just zoom through them.
Yeah,
dude. And then also Game Boy Advance games like that. The libraries are so big on Game Boy and Game Boy Advance, where it's like they can't be just rolling out one game at a time. They have to like just dump games on there. So there's a lot of essentials that aren't on the service quite yet, but I'm looking forward to, like Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong 94.
Yeah, the Oracle games for Game Boy, and I think I want to try out Golden Sun when that comes out.
Yeah, I've heard so much about that game, and I'm like, I gotta know what the hype's about.
Same.
But yeah, let's start off. There's so much to go through in this Direct. There was a lot more content in this Nintendo Direct that I think anyone would have anticipated. So we're just gonna go straight down the line of all of the content that was in the show, and then we'll just talk as we go through. We already talked a little bit about Pikmin 4, but I do want to say that with Pikmin 4 specifically, the way that we're deviating from the top-down perspective from 3, because originally obviously it was on the Wii U gamepad or the Wii U, and you had the gamepad, so you could like multitask a lot. That was like a big thing of that game, where you were juggling 3 captains and you were having them do things all. It was like kind of like a strategy game at that point. But we're back in like Pikmin 1 and 2 territory, where you're like behind the shoulder kind of look, where you're looks like you're controlling like specifically one captain. And then we're going into the back rooms of the underground again, and in Pikmin 4. So that's gonna be super legit. I'm looking forward to that. And then there's a dog. There's a dog.
Yeah. Ochi.
Ochi. Yeah. So I saw a post on Twitter. Someone's like, "Can someone please tell Nintendo that dogs have noses? For the love of God, please."
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cute.
He's a goofy looking dog. He has 2 legs.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing that whole situation. Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to say, like, I have, again, never played a Pikmin game, but I thought it was really jarring to just see, like, what are they called, like, the Borbs? The
Bulborbs? Yeah.
The Bulborb things, like, coming out of another giant one's, like,
yeah. So...
The Empress Bulbox, I think it was called?
Yeah, the Steamroller is what I call that thing.
Dude, that thing is, like, the worst boss you can fight. It's horrifying. I hate that thing.
One thing that Pikmin's... One thing that Pikmin's notorious for is all of the nope enemies that you fight. Like, it looks cute up front, like the Pikmin are so cute, the captains are adorable, and then you fight the most nightmarish creatures. Like, you're fighting the most disgusting things. Like that freaking spider-looking thing in the darkness.
Yeah.
Like, there was like a spider thing and it had like multiple eyes on it. But does anyone else think that looks like I forget what it's called. It's like a thing from like the 90s or something, or like the 80s. It was like a disco thing with like different colored lights.
Oh, it's like a ride at the fair? It's like one of those rides? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. It looks just like that. It's like, I don't know anything about Pikmin, and I'm still more confused just by this.
I have more questions.
It's literally just like Pikmin. You have to look at Pikmin like it's a small little alien that's the size of an insect, and he's basically fighting all these like alien-looking insects. That's kind of all what the game is.
You know that game?
Why is it taking place on like a playground or something though? Like, it's like someone's backyard.
Because apparently it's like a post-apocalyptic like
just takes place on like Earth in some capacity. Like literally in 3, the whole thing was or like in Pikmin 1, the big reveal after you took off of the planet, it's just Earth, and you're like, oh! And then even in Pikmin 3, it's just Earth. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
Think Grounded on Xbox, but make it Nintendo. Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, Pikmin 4 looks amazing. Like I said, we got that July release date. Last thing on Pikmin though, which is a big deal if you've been with the franchise since the beginning. We're at night now, and you've never been on the surface at night. That's like the thing in Pikmin. If you stay on the surface at night, you die. We don't understand why. You just will get destroyed. But now we're like, you can wander at night, and probably like the enemies will be super like hard to defeat, or like the Bulborbs are gonna be awakened or something. So
yeah, it's like throughout the whole Pikmin series, it's like you're on a timer, right? And so like once you see the sun start coming down, you have to get everybody back on the ship. Anybody who's left behind dies. Yeah. And so it's like it's really sad when like your ship takes off and Pikmin are like running back to the ship. And
some of them trip and you're like, oh no!
No! They get eaten and killed. And it's like, it's pretty scary. But now we're getting now we're able to
intentionally staying. Yeah.
What it looked like to me in the trailer was it looked very similar to Pokemon Legends when you had those like rift thingies where like you can like run in, but all the Pokemon are like super high level, and you can run around and grab stuff. That's what it looked like. Because it's gonna be like on the map, there's a bunch of like items,
those Starbit looking things.
Yeah, but then you have a bunch of like these like Bulborbs that are like awakened or corrupted or something.
It might be like a risk and reward type of situation where the enemies are like a lot stronger and will steamroll you, but you'll get like high value treasures or something at night, or some areas specifically you can only access at night, something like that. That'll be cool. We might actually end up getting like. I'm speculating here. We get like a lamp Pikmin or like Firefly, Firefly Pikmin. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I hope we do get maybe like another Pikmin type or something, and then they reveal it in the official box art. Because right now it seems like it's just the dog and the ice type Pikmin, which I'm fine with because it looks like
there's also rock Pikmin or whatever it was.
Yeah, but that is
Pikmin 3. We got rocks and the flying types. Yeah.
What it looks like is they're bringing everybody back, which I'm okay with because I said. Before we knew about Pikmin 4, I was like, I don't mind if we get like maybe one new Pikmin type or something. As long as they bring them all back into one game, I'll be really happy. And it seems like they are doing that. You see the white Pikmin and the purple Pikmin making a huge presence. Flying and rock types are back as well. And of course, the original 3. Are we getting Bulbmin back? I hope. But,
oh yeah.
And then we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But if they could reveal a new Pikmin, like the Firefly, would be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
And then after that was Xenoblade Chronicles 3 expansion pass DLC. Either of you care about that?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Tell me.
I can talk about it real quick. You guys, I know Key's playing you finished 1. You had to start 2, right?
Yeah, I've only finished the first game. That's it.
Okay.
So,
I played right now. I'm like halfway through 3. I think I'm currently playing it. I finished 1, 2. I have I've been through Xenoblade almost at the start. I started with the 3DS and I played through X. I played through almost all of them.
Nice.
But last year I like marathoned 1 and 2, and then this year I'm trying to marathon through 3. Okay, so it's a big deal because at first it was like your typical wave 1, you get costume, blah blah blah. You're like, eh. But then they kind of revealed this like cutscene, and what's so significant about that is it's literally like it's like Avengers like Infinity War or something. Like it's like so far they've been loosely connected, and then we don't know why, but characters from 1 and 2 and the guy from 3 looks like he's older. Everyone's like older, and like they're in the same world fighting this character named Alvis, who in the first one was like this big deal. He was like the Minato. So I don't know. It's like big crazy
that's
stuff.
That guy?
Yeah, it was Alvis.
In the first game?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
You see why I'm so hype? Yeah, that's like yeah. And then I didn't even realize till after that Rex is older, and he has both Mithra and Pyra with him. So it's like, what is going on? So I popped off hard for that. If you've been keeping up with the Xenoblade, especially if you played a little bit of the third one, it's like, whoa, what is happening? So yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking that though, in a sense, because it means that Xenoblade isn't afraid to do what I think Nintendo's been kind of afraid to do with Zelda lately, and that's link Breath of the Wild like officially onto the timeline.
Link the timelines,
anything like that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they aren't afraid to give us a little fan service here and there. Like Breath of the Wild's full of it, but
yeah, no,
there's no confirmation for anything.
Yeah. No, with Xenoblade, it's like I remember I was telling Aiden, because Aiden's the one who's been like really trying to motivate me to play this, and like to finish the games. And I remember I was like playing. I started 3, and I was like, if 3 doesn't like tie in 1 and 2, after all the hundreds of hours I'm putting into Xenoblade, like I want to see some crazy tie-in where it's like a bow on the trilogy and be like, bam, here, all the efforts you put into this series, like here is your ending. That's what I want, and that's what this is looking to be. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, guys, got your trilogy like a decade and like a fight for the first game. Like the fact that this whole franchise started with fighting to even get it over here, and now we have 3 games on 1 console, and it seems like it's getting wrapped up in a very like concise way. I'm happy for y'all. I got halfway through 1. Bro. Kingdom Hearts could 3 games, only 3 games. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's cool. I was watching the trailer with some people, and like some of them haven't finished 3, or they're like still on 2, catching up, and they're like, "What is a spoiler, bro? That's a spoiler." So
yeah, it's massive spoiler.
Yeah, dude, so good. Let's see, and then Samba Amigo Party Central, big deal for anyone other than me. Love that game. I'm so hyped.
That's such a like nostalgic title. I have never played it, but like I've grown up always seeing like ads for it and stuff. But that's cool.
Yeah,
I thought it was really cool, but I've never played it.
It felt good to know that Sega remembers they have other characters other than Sonic and Sonic. So it's like,
I mean, so what is Amigo basically? Like I don't think I've ever heard of it. I thought it was like a Monkey Ball spin-off or something. So
Samba de Amigo, the last game Amigo had was on the Wii, and it was basically like kind of like a rebirth, or like it was basically like a new game in his franchise, because there also was a game on the Dreamcast, I believe. But Amigo is literally just like a party monkey. It's a rhythm game. It's a Sega rhythm game, and it's just like a really awesome, colorful cast of characters. If you played like the Sonic racing games, you see Amigo's world, and you're like, bro, it's rainbows and music all over the place, and that's exactly what the games are. Super hype. I remember on the Wii, it was like basically like you had the Wii remote and nunchuck, and it was like you could shake the Wii remote and nunchuck as maracas on the top and in the middle on the bottom, and then it's just like motion controls and you're basically doing a rhythm game. And for sure, with the Joy-Cons and the more accurate motion tracking, it'll be a lot better. Because on the Wii, also, you kind of had to like point the Wii remote at the TV to kind of get it to track the remote the right way.
To be like,
yeah, you have to be like kind of pointing it a certain way. Yeah, but with the Joy-Cons, it's a lot easier. So this should take off a lot more. Yeah.
I'm glad that you said that though, because that's kind of the issue a lot of people have with like Skyward Sword, and it runs so much better on the Switch. So I'm hoping that we get more games like more Wii ports basically now after you said that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have any other comment on that because like I said, I thought it was a Monkey Ball spinoff.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what made. But I think like that game, right? Like, I think that's what made this Direct so special. Is that it didn't really focus on like, you know, I feel like Nintendo Direct sometimes people are like, oh, it's a failure unless it's got like only Mario and Zelda.
Only first
and,
parties,
like, you know, But like, I like this Direct because a lot of old series were making a big return. Like it was a lot more like a niche.
It was like a Rebirth Direct kind of.
Yeah, like just like the Game Boy, you know, and it wasn't just Game Boy. Here's like, you know, the typical games. It was like you saw F-Zero, you saw Golden Sun, and we were like, what? And then you have you know, this what is it called? A monkey? What is it called?
Samba de Amigo.
Samba de Amigo.
Sorry guys, I never played. But yeah, that game, you know, that coming back. But I recognize that series. I was like, oh my gosh, it's making a big return. And then of course, you know, you have like the Pikmin and Metroid Prime, and it's like, whoa, like it was definitely a Rebirth Direct. I really appreciated that.
It comes out in summer 2023. Looking forward to that for sure. Fashion Dreamer. Yeah.
I was like doing other stuff on the side while that game was being.
It's like finally I get to tweet.
I'm just messaging people on the group chats and stuff. It's like, hey, did you see that?
Not for me, but definitely I see the appeal. It made me think of the style savvy games on the DS. Basically, that's what I was like. This seems like a new entry in that series or that from that developer. That's cool. Not for me. Dead Cells Return to Castlevania DLC. This game is still getting content to this day. That's crazy.
How many DLC packs does it have?
Dude, like they have so many characters in Dead Cells. They had an Everyone Is Here thing because I think they have like Hollow Knight. They have there's a list. There's a lot of characters. I know Hollow Knight was a big one for me, but
it's interesting. It's like a game with like so much DLC added to it. You would think they would just make a sequel or something.
You think it would have just been like a one-off, but they just keep adding. It's crazy.
It's like a match made in heaven, though. I feel isn't Dead Cells supposed to be like a dungeon crawler or something?
Yeah, it's like a roguelike Metroidvania type of situation. So there's just toss that castle on that Vania. Yeah.
I love that game. I don't think I ever beat it, but from what I played, I loved it.
Amazing.
I played the demo, I think, or a demo of some kind. I don't really know.
I own it. Developer, I think, whatever the booth they had at PAX. I think you saw it too, right?
Yeah,
like, booth. I got like their shirts and their merch and stuff. I was really excited.
Dude, that booth is always there at every PAX thing, like
because the game won't die. The game keeps going, keeps going. Happy, it's awesome. Keep adding content. Let's see, Tron Identity, the Tron game coming out. That's interesting.
It's kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah,
didn't really expect that.
Yeah, that seems like that's interesting place.
Tron
to put
is
that
getting
there.
a new movie. I heard about that. So this might be like a tie-in or something.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Then
I'm not gonna get it, but it's cool.
Next big thing, at least for me, Ghost Trick Phantom Detectives coming back out of nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere again. Samba de Amigo. It's been over a decade. Ghost Trick been over a decade, bro. Yes. Since this game got played by anyone. The last time I played Ghost Trick, or the first time I played Ghost Trick, I didn't play it on the DS where it originally came out. I played it on my iPod Touch dated sentence, where I was, I literally just downloaded it. It was like maybe $10 on my iPod, and I played through the whole thing with touch controls. Amazing story, great game. If you've never played Ghost Trick, definitely recommend checking this out.
Might have to.
But it literally just came out of nowhere. No one's been talking about Ghost Trick, and they were just like, we know a lot of people never played it. We're just going to re-release it. And I think that's one thing that's really interesting with this Direct. Like we said, we're now at a point where these games are considered retro. But there's there's a whole generation of gamers who never played these games, and we're having this issue where a lot of these essentials cost so much money to just find physical. We might as well re-release them, you know? So
yeah, no, definitely. I feel like a lot of kids these days are kind of raised on like Roblox. Minecraft is still really big these days, but like these games that were like on the DS or whatever, I feel so old talking about the man because it was so long ago.
It's like, the other day I was kind of making fun of like Wii kids, or like Wii U kids, 3DS kids.
Oh yeah,
we do have this like division, I think, within like gamers, where it's like, yeah, you have like the new age where they really like Roblox and Minecraft, but then we also have like us who have played a lot of these like what we consider retro now type of games, and then you got the middle, which I feel like is almost the majority of like people who are like really only into like Mario, Zelda, Smash Brothers, and those are the only 3 Nintendo series to exist. Otherwise, the Direct is automatically a failure. And that's why, like, with this Direct, there were so many like niche titles like this. Like I never played this game, but just for it to be announced, I heard of it again, and I was like, wow, they brought that back. Like, no way. I think it's really interesting that we have like people. I guess I did see a strong reaction of people being like, oh, this Direct was kind of mid. I'm like, this is a bold statement, but I feel like if you think a Direct like this was mid, you need to play more games, because definitely you're uncultured, because there were so many awesome niche titles returning. It's like, play more games.
The directive culture, educate yourself, play these games. I'm not gonna personally get Ghost Trick, because it's like games like this, once you play the game, you know how it ends, you have no reason to play it again. But I will highly recommend this game to people. If it comes to Steam for whatever reason, probably gonna gift it to some people, because I'm like, you gotta play it, educate yourself.
Maybe I should just go get on DS then, bro. Because I mean,
oh my goodness.
Might as well.
Hey, what's the cartridge? What's that cartridge in that DS? What's that cartridge?
Bro, it's just Kingdom Hearts.
What's on the bottom? What's in the Game Boy slot? What's in the Game Boy slot? Yes, sir.
Kingdom Hearts machine.
Amazing.
It's Kingdom Hearts, bro.
Let's see here.
It's Kingdom Hearts, bro.
Kingdom Hearts.
He's ready.
See here. Deca Police was the next game in the Direct here. Totally new IP, totally new game. Who developed this? I need to double check who developed this game, but
what is it?
Deca Police. That's the game where it looked like a kind of like it's like a puzzle mystery game where it was like you kind of were jumping into the metaverse, and then the character became a cat, and I was like, what the heck is happening? So
no, that's Persona 6 right there.
Yeah, dude, I was just like, what the heck's going on?
Cool.
Because level 5, yeah,
it's level 5,
and they're just dropping games, so that looks cool, looks interesting. We're also getting into the new phase of just a lot of good just visual novel story-driven games that also have really cool action RPG elements into them too. So I don't really know what else to think about this game, since it seemed like it was like a pretty decent like reveal trailer, but it does look cool. Also, my friend listened to the music. He was like, he needs to check who the composer was, because it sounds like a Bayonetta composer worked on this music, because the music was banging in this trailer. So yeah, has my attention though. Okay. Definitely has my attention.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't really got any thoughts on it.
Yeah. New IP.
Looks cool.
Happy about it. Then up next was Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon, the prequel to Bayonetta. It's not as character action game as Bayonetta, because you're not doing a lot of fighting with herself, but you also have like this cat demon, Share cat demon, that's also fighting for you. And then Bayonetta, or Cereza in this case, is like snaring enemies and then doing setups and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. Love the art style, really storybook looking.
It's like a puzzle type game, it looks like to me. Yeah. I was really captivated by its art style, man. Like, it's just art direction. It looks so nice and different. I don't know. Like, when I heard there was like Bayonetta prequel or something, I never actually looked at the trailer. I just said, oh yeah, no, so they're getting more Bayonetta after 3. That's awesome. Good for you guys. But then I looked at this, it was like, this doesn't look like Bayonetta. What is this? And then it was Bayonetta. So
Bayonetta, while she still had her innocence. Yes.
She had innocence to begin with?
For sure. Yeah, we're gonna find out in this prequel, yeah. But yeah, looks dope.
I've never played Bayonetta. I played a little bit of the first one, but I still have
the game
marathon that
is good.
God, Cisco, play more games.
I know, I'm uncultured after I just preached it.
It comes out March 17th, day before my birthday, so that's a great pull for me.
All right.
Be checking that out. And the next one, I think a lot of us are going to be checking out, is the Splatoon 3 expansion pass stuff, which looks great. Had a whole talk with Night Sky about this recently. We're basically going back to where it all began, to Inkopolis. We're catching that train,
Yes.
riding back
Oh,
over.
yeah.
And then also we're gonna get some extra DLC, Octo expansion, Side Order coming to Splatoon 3, which looks like it'll be
Yeah,
more
and-
story.
I'm excited, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. Like, it's Octo expansion, right? Like, this is just a continuation off that or something.
Yeah.
It's
they're
really, really.
so it's not
characters.
continuing off of Octo expansion, but it might have maybe the same amount of content as that. We don't know. But Splatoon has some of the strongest original IP lore that Nintendo has in terms of like their top franchises. You know.
Yeah, and it's like still new, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Splatoon was like a baby compared to a lot of other Nintendo.
Yeah, and it has like
games.
the most in-depth lore. Like if you finished Splatoon 3 story and did the special stage and got all those Eterna files, it's really good. It's really good. So would recommend. Did you guys get the Alterna files in Splatoon 3 and read through those?
No,
I didn't read
so
through them. I got them.
I recommend.
I didn't read through them, man. Because I mean, when it comes to Splatoon, I purely buy it for the multiplayer and stuff, and like the competitive teamwork and all that stuff. But I respect the Splatoon lore. It's got my interest a couple times where I'm like, I want to go check this out, but do I have the time? No, I gotta play this game again. For like
Gotta get out to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Oh, you reminded me. Actually, I was supposed to read through them. I'm not the biggest fan of Splatoon 3. I think when it released, to me, I'm one of the ones that say it's 2.5.
Okay.
With an extra campaign that I personally think that campaign was just amazing. I think that was one of the best like Nintendo stories ever. I really, really enjoyed the story mode, but that's all I liked really. When it came to everything else, I didn't like the other game modes. Salmon Run felt worse. I did like that it was 24 hours now, but I don't know. Like I found it more annoying. I don't know. It's just like, and then like the multiplayer is just the same, but it's more sweaty now. And I'm like, I mean, good for people who are really, good for people who are really into it. But I'm just like,
I have slowly felt like I've become a Splatoon player where I love the game, love the franchise, but I've been putting more time into other games. Like once I wrote credits on that story mode, which was amazing. I'm looking forward to the Side Order DLC because it's more story, more single player content. But I'm not putting as much time into the multiplayer as I thought I would have. So the fact that we're going to get more stuff in the single player side of things is great for me. And I think that's honestly okay to be a Splatoon player that doesn't play a lot of the multiplayer, but also respects the world building and stuff like that. So that's exciting for me in that case. And then also,
this DLC was exciting, man.
And it's also 2 of 4. Like, there's gonna be 4 parts to this DLC, and like they have a whole 2 to 3 year plan with Splatoon 3. We're not even out of the first year yet, so we got some time.
Just like Xenoblade, they got DLC like coming out like for a long while, don't they? Like just to keep the game alive.
Torna size. DLC, which Torna was like almost a whole entire game in itself.
It's got its own cartridge and box, dude. Of course,
like
it's basically 2.5.
Might do the same.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the regarding that DLC. Will it be part of the Switch Online expansion pass?
See, that's another thing me and Night Sky were talking about, because it looks like so far Nintendo is asking people to buy it for $25. And it's not on the expansion pack quite yet, but I think that is because the Octo expansion for 2 is on the expansion pack because it's done already. This isn't done yet, so they're like, if you want to be on it now before it's done, because we got 4 waves, we got like 2 to 3 years before this is done, buy in now. And then on the back end, they'll be like, by the way, it's included on the pass. If you were taking forever to get it, now you can just get it for free. Honestly, for me, it's worth it to jump in now. Like I care about the franchise enough where I'm willing to give them $25 extra. But I probably won't. I'm saying I won't, but I need to see what they're gonna do with that Inkopolis stuff, because there's still a lot of questions. Like we don't know if it's gonna give us like a new lobby to hang out in. We don't know if it's gonna be, if it's just literally just a new area to access the same stuff, then it's not that big of an incentive, you know. So we want to know what else is fleshed out here instead of it just being Wave 1 as fan service, you know.
From what I can find like online, like the only real difference with like the Inkopolis or whatever the first game takes place is like during the Splatfest, Callie and Murray will be up there dancing.
Yeah.
That's all I can see so far.
But
but
sisters are back.
For Splatoon fans, that's huge. I'm so happy for you guys. It's really eating.
And then they make new amiibos and we all cry. But next after the Splatoon 3 was Disney Illusion Island. This personally, really quick for me, is a big deal because I love Mickey Mouse, love his friends. And then this is like a platformer in the vein of like Rayman Legends, Rayman Origins, and I'm super the boy.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
It looks great. Yeah,
it does look great.
Yeah, the art style, art direction looks real cool.
It's like, hey, Key, it's Kingdom Hearts 4 for real, you know? No, I'm really just excited for it because I need some more couch co-op games.
Yeah,
I want some games I can play. Eevee and like whoever else wants to come over and play some games, and this looks like fun.
Yeah. And it also looks like having other people with controllers actually has an effect on the gameplay, because it looks like there's elements where you're gonna actually need to work cooperatively to do certain things, and like boss battles or in platforming. So I love when games don't just have it where, hey, you can toss your friend a controller and they'll just be around, and you can beat the whole game single player if you want to. But yeah, it does look like there's actually some thought into the multiplayer, so I'm excited for that.
So buy the game if you have friends.
It looks dope though. I am looking forward to it.
Does.
And then
Key, maybe they'll have some Sora DLC.
Hey bro, don't be tempting me with that. Don't be tempting me with that. Oh, that would be sick though.
And then let's see. Then up next was Fire Emblem Engage DLC. Happy for y'all. I'm
currently playing through the game. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't remember. I just remember they brought back a couple emblems, and that's about it. That's all I really remember. They brought back Camila, of course they did.
Camila.
Yes.
Yeah. That's all I remember though. And I know there's a story. There's gonna be an added story to it. I don't think they revealed that yet. I don't remember. I was still screaming about Pikmin.
And then I'm looking in here. It looks like a lot of this middle part is a lot of like games that are hit and miss for some people. Harmony, The Fall of Reverie, don't care too much about that personally. Octopath Traveler 2 might be a big deal for some people. Yeah? No. We Love Katamari Reroll, big deal for me. Katamari Damacy on Switch Reroll was a great game. Play Katamari Damacy, love that game. Sea of Stars is a big deal for a lot of people.
Okay.
That
what
looks
is that?
so.
A lot of people are downloading it. I don't know.
So, it is basically a game. It's an indie game made by the people who made The Messenger, which was like a Metroidvania side scroller that came out a few years back. Amazing game. And also has, I think they said there was someone working on the music that also worked on Chrono Trigger, I believe. That's also a big deal.
Ooh,
but
that is a big deal.
This game is also being made with the respect and love. That's a passion project where they're like, we want this to be one of the best damn RPGs you ever play. Like, we played all the big bangers. We played all the Final Fantasies, Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger specifically. We want this game to be almost like a spiritual successor in modern day for those games. So it's like, if you're an RPG fan, you ain't one if you don't play this game. That's what they're saying. So there's a demo currently. There's a demo currently on the eShop, and a lot of people are checking it out. I've heard it's real good. So it's gonna be an essential, definitely. It's gonna be in the best RPG category for the GOTYs, definitely.
I'm not the biggest RPG guy, but I'm excited. That seemed like a tall order in the description, so I'm excited to try that out.
Gonna be.
There's a demo. I love when there's demos, man.
I'll
definitely download that ASAP.
And then after that, there was this new free-to-play game that's coming out. It's like 3v3 air hockey type of thing. Omega Strikers looks interesting. It's also going to be out on Steam. And then Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection. I didn't play these on DS, but did you guys play these?
I played the demo for those.
Okay.
I think I own one, maybe.
Not in my wheelhouse.
I have to keep on Googling to figure out what you're talking about. Etrian Odyssey, no, can't say I've ever played it, but I was interested. Like,
popular
any RPG
franchise,
that pops up,
yeah.
Just like
that was big in like the Game Boy DS era, so like Game Boy Advance DS era. So, and then Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp is coming out in April. Honestly, I thought this game would have been Shadow Drop because you would have thought it would have been done by now since it got delayed. But they probably just took more time to put more effort into the game, I guess, since it had such a big delay. So that's cool. It's coming out soon. And then Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe is coming out this month, literally like in 2 weeks. And
there's a demo for that too, I think.
Demo's out on the eShop. Big deal is they highlighted that there is a post-game story that they added featuring Magalore, who is the final boss of the game. Spoiler alert. But you do end up playing as him basically after the fact of the game. So that's cool. They added like a post-story thing because ever since this game specifically, honestly, the Kirby fandom won't let it go. Literally after they play this game, we're just like, this is the whole thing of Kirby's friends that he meets at the top of the game end up being the final boss. That's why everyone was looking at the character from Forgotten Land funny, because we were like, we don't know what you're about. We're not going to trust you because we've been scorned by Magalore. So
I had the ear.
We're like, what's your deal, buddy? So that's cool. I'm really excited about the mini games though. It looks like they added like 12, 14 old mini games and a couple new ones, like the greatest hits of Kirby side games into this. So it's not only going to be like a solid Kirby platformer, but also just a solid couch co-op, couch multiplayer game. So that's probably going to get me. And also I played the demo and I was like, man, I've 100%ed this game on Wii, but I might end up getting this again. I don't know. So
I don't know, man. Like I said, I need some couch co-op games, and Evie's a huge fan of Kirby, like a mega fan. So I might have to get it just for that.
Definitely.
I might sit on it just because there's just so many games.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a college student. It's not the easiest thing. So,
Understandable.
Yeah, I might have to sit on it for a bit. I didn't play the Wii version either, so
okay.
This would be perfect for me.
It's a good one, yeah.
I might have to sit.
And then up next was a big part of the Direct for a lot of people. The Game Boy and Game Boy Advance titles got announced for NSO. We've been wanting this literally since the day this damn system came out. Finally, they put it on there. The sky's the limit with this now. We don't know what's coming next, but we know we got some good games. Freaking Superstar Saga and Minish Cap off rip. What? Like, big deal. Big deal. And then we got Golden Sun and Amazing Mirror coming later. F-Zero. Fire Emblem. Yeah. Origins, man. So, literal essentials.
I'm so hyped, dude. I immediately booted it up and I was playing through all of it. The WarioWare. I love the WarioWare
I was checking out WarioWare earlier, yeah.
That port of Super Mario Bros. 3 is actually like the best. I used to play that all the time.
It's interesting they chose to start off with Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3, when there's like all the other ones. Did some people say that the Super Mario Advance versions of those games are the best ports of them, or no? Because there has to be a reason they chose that one specifically, or are they just going off of namesake?
Maybe it was the best selling one? I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
I remember back then, like, Super Mario Bros. 3 was, like, the big one. I don't really remember the other ones.
Yeah.
The third one being, like,
I got Superstar Saga again. That's all I'm happy about.
Dude,
some people...
I bought Superstar... A lot of those games I bought on the Wii U eShop.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm still, like, new save file. Let's go.
I saw Fidel. He was tweeting out. He was like, we willed Superstar Saga onto there. They were probably holding it. And they were like, this Sephiroth meme's going too crazy. We got to put this on there. You got to put that on there. So people know the source material.
Trending for so long. So they probably were maybe having it like it was.
They have it released in November. They're like, nah, man, put it on there. Put it on there. So that's cool. But also specifically to note that they made the Game Boy Advance an incentive for the expansion pack for NSO. So if you only have the regular, you only get access to the Game Boy games. Still good games. You still have like Link's Awakening DX, Mario Land 2. And then a whole bunch of other ones. But then, if you want to play Superstar Saga, Minish Cap, WarioWare, you got to pay that extra money or be on a plan for expansion pack, which I'm already on an expansion pack family plan, so it was worked out perfectly for me. But
us too. Yeah, we actually got one going on.
We have a family plan, so we're paying nothing.
Yeah, so definitely, like, they're adding a lot of value on the
year,
expansion
baby.
pack.
That's it.
So amazing.
Worth it.
And then, real quick, while we're on the subject of the Game Boy Advance, give us like 3 games you want them to add on either side. Just 3 games.
All right, let's see. Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories, and hell, I guess they can put Chain of Memories on there.
he asked for it 3 times so he can manifest it.
Manifest.
No, it's on the leak list. I don't know if you guys remember. There was like a leak list like about a year back, and it's on there, and all the ones that we got revealed already are on that list as well. So I'm basically confirmed. I'm sitting pretty.
Okay.
But if I had to say like one I'd really like besides that, all jokes aside, it might be the what was it? The Four Swords.
Four Swords?
And
yeah.
Four Swords Link to the Past mashup game thing. Because I need some multiplayer Zelda, bro. I've been hungry for it.
Now would be the perfect time for us to get Four Swords again, because now we don't have to worry about no link cable bull. Like, we can literally just wirelessly connect. And it works good, too. Like, I was playing, like, Super Circuit against some people via the online, and it works smooth. So we could definitely play Four Swords that way.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know about everything running smoothly, because I remember we were trying to play the Nintendo 64 Mario Tennis one time. It's awful. Like, the latency, the lag is just bad. So I don't know if it applies to everything, but Game Boy, if Game Boy works good, then bring it on. I'm all for it. What about you, Cisco?
Ooh. Okay, man. Game Boy is like Game Boy and GameCube are like my favorite consoles. Like I am like so excited. Okay. So what we didn't talk about with one of the things we're adding was I think they're adding Metroid Fusion.
Yeah.
So that's what's coming in. Of course, I'm like, how are you gonna put me Fusion and not Zero Mission? So we have two awesome, we have two awesome Metroid games. So I'm gonna cash one in for Zero Mission. I'm gonna cash in for my favorite ones, which is the Mega Man Battle Networks, because we got a collection.
We're getting all those,
Woo! So I'm lucky today. One big one is I think what we need to be getting is like if we can get Pokemon. Because here's the thing, my guys. We got Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. We have Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. I don't know if I'm missing any.
Isn't
but those like mainline.
Isn't that like 5 generations of Pokemon specifically on those handhelds?
Oh, that's right. Well, you have the Game Boy Color as well.
Yeah.
So there's also those.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, any Pokemon to add. Here's the thing. They're closing down the 3DS eShop, right?
Yeah.
And Wii U eShop and all that. And then Pokemon Bank, they're making it free because then, you just gotta get the rest of your mons out of there before everything dies. But we have Pokemon Home. That's the new thing, the new application on the Switch. So if we were to be able to get Virtual Console Pokemon games, we would be able to like transfer our mons from the Switch Online maybe, and like bring it into Pokemon Home. I don't know if it'll work that way, just because you can create suspend points, and I'm pretty sure people would farm legendaries. Right. But I don't know. That'd be really cool. So a Pokemon game would be sick. I would really like to play through Fire Red and Leaf Green again. I don't know. I'm feeling it. And then my last one to cash in, I think I will have to say the never before translated Mother 3. If they can bring Mother 3 into
High in the Sky one,
dude, I'd never say Mother 3 because if I mention it, Aiden's just gonna like come out of like nowhere and just like strangle me like, don't say it. They have to bring it on. Like that's another game I'd love to have, but the chances of it, I don't know, man. I don't know.
If they could, this would be the big chance.
I mean,
it would be.
Remember when they
the other two?
Yeah, like they freaking put like Mother and Earthbound on both of those games on NSO already, and those were just shadow dropped out of generosity. They were like, we're doing you a favor. So then they just put Mother 3 on there. So who knows at this point? Nintendo likes surprising people. So but if I was to give like anything I want to see on those services, I definitely want to see Mario vs. Donkey Kong on Game Boy Advance, because that game was so amazing. Like after Mario vs. Donkey Kong, they just started doing a lot with those minis, and I want to go back to where there's, like I said, whole generation of people that only experienced Mario vs. Donkey Kong as the minis. They don't know where it all began with Mario doing backflips and stuff, and like doing all that type of parkour with the puzzle solving. So that was really cool. Or Donkey Kong 94, I definitely want. But another one that would be really cool on Game Boy would be Mario Tennis Game Boy Color, because that's the one that had the RPG mode that everyone like talks so highly of. Actually, Mario Golf and Mario Tennis on Game Boy both had RPG modes. So if we got those, and then also we had the link cable compatibility for online, that would be really dope. So I think that would be a cool game we could get on that service too. So who knows? And then people are saying like Sonic Advance 1 through 3 and Sonic Battle.
Oh yeah. I forgot about those, dude. Holy cow!
Yeah,
some of the best.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, those
down for that.
The libraries are so huge. Like the libraries are so huge, dude. There's so many games. But also, last thing on this, with the Pokemons coming to NSO or coming to Switch in general, specifically, those games physical are some of the most expensive cartridges you could possibly get right now. If they were to go digital, it would like kind of break the retro game economy, and I think we would have a full reset. Then it would be like you could just own those games again, probably, because the demand would be so low, so people would just download them. So I'm wondering if like that would do anything to like the retro game market if they actually put them on.
I hope
on
man.
NSO, dude. Yeah.
People who are sellers won't like that, but as a buyer, I hope. Please drop that. I want to be able to pay like 99 cents for my Metroid games.
Exactly, dude. So yeah, big
For
deal
sure.
with the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Colors. And then after
The
those, we have Metroid Prime Remastered, big shadow drop, day of. We've been talking about it for forever, wondering what the heck Retro's up to, and it turns out they made one of the best remasters on the Switch, Metroid Prime Remastered. People downloaded that exact day, and they're saying it's damn good. So I haven't touched it yet. I actually had self-control and went to GameStop this morning, and I pre-ordered the physical, which comes out I think on the 22nd, 24th. So
Yeah, I'm getting physical.
yeah, so I'm getting that physical for sure. I have Metroid Prime Trilogy, and I still haven't played through all of them. I started Metroid Prime and stopped playing it for a month, and I forgot what I was doing. So if you're playing through Metroid Prime for the first time, keep playing it all the way through. Do not stop, or you will get lost.
Yeah.
Don't do that. So
yeah. No,
yeah.
As someone who plays through Metroid, I love Metroid. It's one of my favorite series.
You don't say.
That's not. Yeah. No, here's the thing. When Metroid Dread came out, a lot of people were like, "Why do we have to have these 2D? I want to do the 3D Metroid Prime thing." And I'm like, I know this might sound very negative as a Metroid fan, but I'm like, I don't think the majority of people know what Metroid Prime is, because everybody really wants 4. That's like one of the most hyped games alongside like Tears of the Kingdom. People really want Metroid Prime 4. I'm like, if you guys played a Metroid game, like, you can get really lost. I feel like the majority of people are gonna be playing through that and be like, "What is this? I didn't expect this."
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, no, Metroid Prime can get really confusing. Just as confusing as the 2D games. Like, if you put that game down and then you live your life like a month and then come back to it, you might be really confused.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I,
Those games are amazing though.
I don't want to drag too much away from Prime Remaster, but a thought just occurred to me. Metroid Prime 4 was announced alongside Bayonetta 3, and Bayonetta 3 has come and gone before we even got like another trailer or another anything of Metroid Prime 4.
See, what I think is going to happen.
That has to mean that this has to be the biggest, best Metroid game ever. I'm talking like at least 4 or 5 different planets you have to visit and explore.
It's going to be huge.
It better be, right? It has to be.
I wonder what the actual
cameo. You know,
because what me and some friends were saying is like, obviously, like, so we're starting with Metroid Prime Remastered. They shadow drop it today, right? There's a chance we could get 2 on the back end of the year, right? Maybe. But now we're not going to get 4 until maybe 3 years from now, because now they're going to release 2 next year, 3 the year after that, and then finally they're going to release 4 after letting it cook for so long. So they're building up now. I don't think they're going to release that like Prime Trilogy remaster like we thought. They're going to just release them all as individuals and then build up back up to 4.
The thing is, I was and I was talking with someone about this earlier today, was that people tend to get disappointed with Nintendo or be like, Nintendo doesn't know what they're doing. It's a bad business. But like, I think people fall into wanting formulas for Nintendo, but Nintendo doesn't follow a formula. Because like, people were like, "Oh, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. We're totally gonna get a Johto game, you know." Or Pokemon Legends Arceus, we're totally gonna get DLC. Mario Odyssey, we're totally gonna get DLC. No, like Nintendo kind of follows their own thing. We got Link's Awakening. People thought, "Oh, right away we're gonna get like a remake of like Oracle."
And then
Dude,
we just get them
I was
raw.
one of those people, Cisco. I need it. I need it so bad.
So I don't think Nintendo really follows formula. So I don't know. Personally, I think that the Metroid Prime Remaster is all we're getting. I don't think we're gonna get a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
If I am wrong, heck yeah. But I just knowing how Nintendo's been operating, I think this was like they're like, "Here you go, here's a cookie," and it's like, all right.
There's so much context though. There's so much context that we got to get between 2 and 3. We could have online multiplayer in 2 with that Echoes multiplayer. If they make it better, that'd be cool. So
if they can, well, here's the thing too. Retro Studios has been like working a lot, right? Until even before Metroid Prime was given to them. And then even then, I think they still had to spend another like couple months to a year just planning out the game. So I'm sure that's what they've been probably remastering the games throughout that time. So maybe you are right. Maybe like Metroid Prime Remaster was probably like finished a long time ago. And then now maybe the second one's like also done, and like they're like finishing up the third while also like working alongside Metroid Prime 4. Who knows? Who knows what they got cooking in the lab? But I don't think we're gonna get the other remasters. But if we do, that'd be so good. And maybe they do, because if they're confident enough to get the Prime 1 remaster at $40, they're probably sitting on a couple of them. They're like, "Oh, we'll just put these out," you know.
For sure.
Forgot about this one. Here, let's just send this out while we can.
Yeah, sure. It's like, oh yeah, whatever happened to that Metroid Prime trilogy? Oh, you know, we got pretty much all done. You want it now? No, let's just release them like months in between. Like what you guys said.
Let's do it. Yeah.
More money, right? It's gonna be
and it'll work. And it'll work.
$120 all around.
I'll take it.
And then $70 for Metroid Prime 4.
If they do, I'll be really happy. Especially remastering 2. Would be incredible, because I feel like that one got lost a lot throughout the game market and stuff. but and then 3 you could still get. I don't know,
Yeah.
3 was Wii. It's not as far away, but yeah. I don't know. If we can get all of them remastered, would be sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to. It's just great. We're back in like the prime days of, no pun intended, of the GameCube era, coming back on an HD delicious on
And
my
Game Boy,
56
baby. Oh yeah.
my 56-inch TV, dude. It's beautiful.
Heck yeah. Come on,
yeah.
beautiful Joe.
But oh please. But next up we got Master Detective Archives Rain Code, which is the detective game being made by the Danganronpa team. I'm not a huge Danganronpa person. I played one of them, didn't play the other ones because I like being happy. But Rain Code looks great. It's like like I said, it's in the vein of like Ghost Trick, and even with like Professor Layton, Phoenix Wright, even like Deca Police. It's like another one of those type of games. So I'm looking forward to what comes up with Rain Code. It looks really cool for me.
I'm personally not a big Danganronpa guy myself. Like you, I only played one of them. But the one in there, Evie, he is such a big Danganronpa fan. I can't say the word Danganronpa too loud. Oh, he's gonna come.
Just start here banging on the door. Dude, you're talking about Danganronpa. Yeah, it looks great. It looks like a fun new direction for those devs. Love the art style. Looks
because the last game they made was like wasn't the last game they made like part of like a.
It was like a Danganronpa collection, and then it had like extra Danganronpa stuff in there.
Yeah,
too.
That was in there too. He got that. Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, no, good stuff.
For sure.
What's next?
Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remastered. This is a pull that one of my friends freaked out about, because this is a game from the GameCube era, and I think PS2 era, that was like, if you're an RPG nut, you might, back in the day, you might have been knowing about this, but also it's a very niche pull too.
What's it called?
Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. I've never heard of it. I think I've seen the game in like used game stores around my area. But I never heard of it.
I'm probably really spelling it wrong because I looked up Baten Kai Toast 1 and 2.
Baten Kai Toast.
Oh. Dude, you're right. The GameCube era coming back. What?
Yeah, so it's like an expensive game now, I think, to find a physical copy of. But it's really cool. Like we said, if you never played these games before, now it's perfect time. Like an era is coming back. All those essentials are coming back into modern day. So if you want to play a good RPG, I guess you got to check these two out. So that's going to be real cool. And then after these two were Fantasy Life I. Fantasy Life was a game on the 3DS, I believe. If you like those life sim, fantasy farm life games, I think that's a game for you. I have like one friend who was happy about that. Then right after that was one that a lot more people freaked out about this than I thought. Professor Layton's coming back.
Ooh,
and a lot of people freaked out. Like, they were like, "You're dead! You shouldn't be here! You're dead! We thought you were..." Like, we didn't know we'd see you again. So I was just like, oh crap, like, Layton's back. That's crazy. I mean, the right games or the Attorney games have been still getting installments, but Professor Layton's been dormant, like, I think in the 3DS era. So it's cool to see that he's getting another game. We don't know where his companion friend is, the little kid in the blue shirt or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be a big one. Like, Professor Layton is up there, like, had, I think, a crossover with Phoenix Wright at one point, or maybe like Detective Conan. So one of the great puzzle detective story games. So that's gonna be real cool.
Yeah,
happy for y'all.
I think Professor Layton was one of like the really big announcements for me. I never really played Professor Layton. Like, again, he was through the 3DS and like DS era. So like, I definitely, you know, watched a lot of that, but I never really like sat down and completed the game from start.
But you like understand how big of a deal it is.
I understand how massive that series is and how significant it is to be in that direct.
For sure.
And making that return. What did you say, Key?
I just said play more games, Cisco.
No, I said that, and then now like,
you're just like starting every sentence that you say about these games. Like, oh, I haven't actually played this game.
Okay, but in my defense, I know about these games, and two, I understand the significance of these games.
Okay, yeah.
So even despite me not playing some of these games, I know the significance. My issue is when people watch this, they go, "Oh,
never heard of a bad game.
Why is there no Mario? Why is there no Zelda? What are all these games? Nobody wants this anime game." I'm like, dude, like, this is an iconic character. Don't you understand peak fiction? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might not played it, but like, I know the significance of a lot of these IPs. So, like,
yeah.
This direct was a huge deal, and I think a lot of people just kind of went over their heads.
Yeah.
And even some of these titles we've been talking about, like the Deca Police, like, I'm gonna look into it. Or the Star one that you were talking about, the RPG one. Like, I'm gonna look into this. Like, look into games that you've never heard of. Trust me, there's gems out there. Like, play those.
Definitely.
You know, I'm gonna play new IPs.
Speaking of games
right
no
now,
one's
I'm
ever
like,
heard of.
Oh yeah, like especially the indie scene. Like right now, I'm gonna play through. I played through the demo of Mika. Like you were doing it too.
Oh yeah,
like the Mika and then Witch's Mountain. Heck yeah, dude. Like try out new games. It's not just Mario and Zelda. That's Nintendo.
Speaking of Mario games, Mario Kart 8 is getting more courses. We got they showed off the new Yoshi's Island original track, which honestly, beautiful track. Like, bro, looks so nice. Like, I don't know what to think of these tracks and what they're gonna do, but this, and also they're dropping in a new character. Birdo's coming in, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
they're starting to, and apparently they're gonna be putting in like new characters in the next 2 or 3 waves. So I'm like, I don't know why y'all weren't doing that before, but it's cool you're doing it now. Thank you.
Well, who can they put in still? Like, what's left?
They could put in Diddy Kong. They could put in Diddy Kong. They could put in King Boo again.
Diddy Kong's in.
He was in. I think he was in. Was he in 7? I think he was in 7. I know he was in Double Dash. I want my boy Diddy Kong back. Put Diddy Kong on the driver's seat.
Already in there.
Yeah, right.
And we have Rob. Where's Rob?
Rob. Yeah. So there's a lot of characters.
We'll get in there finally. Come on.
Right. But yeah, Mario Kart 8 deal. Like the last time they showed us just a track and not the full wave. I think we got the full wave maybe a month and a half, 2 months later. That's when they showed like the Christmas track. I think in September. So we're going to be getting that other wave soon. Up next, they showed off the Mega Man Battle Network stuff we already knew about. There's like a whole bunch of scissor reel things going on here. Blah, 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 blah. And then we get to the part that matters, the thing everyone was waiting for. That Tears of the Kingdom trailer on that back half. We already know it's coming out in May. We don't know nothing about it, but we needed to see more. And there was a lot to take in. I'm not like a Zelda analyst. I don't be digging into these trailers. I'm still not knowing what's going on, but
bro, it's the Zonai, bro. It's the Zonai.
Yeah,
the Zonai. Yeah,
every single time, bro. Every time. Now I'm not a big Zelda lore theorist myself, but I did pick out a couple of things where I'm just like, okay, yeah, I kind of have a general idea of what's going on. Ganon's voice. Awesome.
What have you guys heard people saying the voice is? Because I heard a lot of people saying Matthew Mercer, and I don't know who it is. It's nothing's confirmed. Yeah, because obviously he's under oath. Even if you are the voice of Ganon, you can't speak. Don't talk. So yeah, it'll be funny to see.
I'm ready to see it, like him actually speak, like the character speaks. That was just like a voiceover.
Yeah.
But the Blood Moon is different now, I guess.
There's dragons just all over the place now.
There's Redeads. Bro, there's Redeads in the game now. Dude.
I can't wait to just be afraid. Just afraid.
Just like walking along down the field and then just like ambush, bro. Just like, no, please leave my booty alone.
Yeah.
I do hope there's a lot more enemies, just because I remember in Breath of the Wild, I think that was one of the only things we had like 5 different enemies and
characters in different color palettes. Yeah,
different colors. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so now we got a lot more variety. Plenty more variety.
Oh, yeah, so good. We need even more than when I saw the trailer. We need more enemies. I want that map filled with goodness. Because, like, especially playing Elden Ring, not to bring Elden Ring into it, but playing Elden Ring, like, every area you visit, no matter how far you get in the game you are, there's always some new enemy. It's like, whoa.
And it's like they just showed us, like, generally more of the map, but if you play Breath of the Wild, you know they haven't shown us nothing. Like, we don't know. There's still every major area that you've been to in the game prior. Like, I'm still wondering what happened to everybody. Who's alive right now? Who's gonna die? Zelda maybe by the looks of things. Like Link has that cool new like arm. We still don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, just like
she said, lend him your power. Who was she talking to? Like,
yeah, okay, hold on. You guys can like clarify this for me, because I didn't watch the trailer again. Was there? Okay, this might sound so dumb. Was there 2 links?
The 2 links?
I could have sworn I saw 2 links. Please, someone
like
tell me.
on screen at the same time.
Boy,
it looked like a cutaway. Am I wrong?
I didn't peep that. I didn't peep it.
No. There's not 2 links.
Although I will say,
like, it wasn't on screen at the same time, but there was like I could have swore I saw a link and it said lend your power, and it was a different looking link, and I was like, wait, what? What am I
will say though, with the art,
Zelda.
like, because we have Link in his like his champion's clothes, but then we see the promo art and he looks like he's punished with long hair and no shirt, and he just has the arm. So we're like, bro, what the heck's going on in this game? Like, what's the time relevance? Yeah, like what's happening?
He let his hair down, bro. He's looking worse for wear for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the story from there. Because there's something happens between the moment that Ganon like reawakens and Zelda falls, and
some people are speculating we're gonna have a Spirit Track situation where like he maybe can like see her image in like ghost form, or he has visions or something. Because there was that shot where he was like touching someone and then he closed his hand like he was talking to Zelda or something. So we don't know, dude.
Okay, I understood where I got.
Bro, I want. This is my big brain Zelda theory. It's the person that Zelda's talking to is, please lend him your power. It's one of two people. It's the goddess Hylia from like Skyward Sword or whatever, or it's Fi. It's Fi.
Oh, don't say the name.
I thought you were gonna say Midna. I thought you were gonna say Midna.
Nah,
because a lot of my friends are being like, we might get Twilight Origin stuff in here, because like the music and stuff.
Maybe,
so yeah.
But with Breath of the Wild, like they referenced Fi like during one of like the final cutscenes that you can unlock. So that's my big brain Zelda theory, is that Fi is back and it's like, oh, please lend him your power. But then the Master Sword's all busted, so I'm not really sure if that really confirms or denies it. So I don't know.
Oh, this is getting meaty. Just to redeem myself, what I was said earlier about the two links, I'm sorry. Okay, I rewatched the trailer. In my defense, okay, so the first, like, it's like two shots right next to each other. Link's looking to like to the right, and then he's like diving, like
yeah.
He's diving towards Zelda, and but, like the way the camera worked, I thought there was like a Link struggling, and then the other Link was diving for him. That's what it looked like to me. Okay, that's what confused me.
Goaty?
I hope.
Goaty. It's gonna be a. This year is stacked. Even if you play anything other than Nintendo games, there's a lot of contenders. This is gonna be a close year. It's gonna be so hard to choose Goaty this year, but this is gonna be a strong entry. So it's gonna be 2017 all over again. Maybe I'm still in the hope that we might get another Mario dropping this year, like Mario Odyssey in the back end, and then Zelda up front. But
because we got Splatoon 3 released recently again,
3.
and
still missing,
big three, big three. Mario, Zelda, and Splatoon, bro, and Metroid.
If you have a Switch, you're eating right now. Like we thought up front, like there's nothing coming to the Switch so far. What the heck's coming? And this Direct was just like everything's coming. You just pick what you want. You already got Metroid today. You got the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy games. If you never played those, go play them. Superstar Saga. If you never played it, play it. Got Pikmin 4 coming in July. Up until July, there's so many things just drip feeding over the course of the next couple months, and I cannot wait, bro. Good Nintendo Direct. Good Nintendo Direct. I've only seen maybe like
favorites, if not the
favorite. I've seen like a handful of people saying it's mid, but in my head, I'm like, you need to play more games.
This is one of the best Nintendo Directs of all time. I've said it. So good. Yeah. Good Direct.
Good soup.
Solid all around.
Good soup.
Good soup.
Good soup. Also,
good soup.
Just also the amount of content they gave us to play day one of the Direct dropping, like you said, like Metroid just being released, and then the Game Boys are ready. There's all these demos.
Kirby,
that was great. Definitely like that if that were to become a trend.
For sure.
So it's basically everything out of the Direct. Went through the whole thing here. Had some good talks along the way, and my Switch is getting more playtime for sure. That's for sure. Like I have it on me now. Like it's a Game Boy again, dude. Like playing Game & Watch and freaking like Mario Land 2. Just have it on me now. So that's real dope. Love that. Love that for us. So
hell yeah, man.
Again, Key and Cisco, thank you so much for joining me on this Nintendo Direct talk. Glad I could get y'all here to talk Nintendo. We got to do it more throughout the year for sure. Got a lot of awesome games. We don't even have to talk about Nintendo. We can just talk about general stuff, but we're here talking about Nintendo. So I want y'all to really quickly #shameless plug yourselves. Tell people where they can find your stuff. Cisco, you go first.
Okay. Hey guys, NintenCisco here. You can find me on YouTube, and on Twitter and on TikTok. I do, I just cover a lot of Nintendo, but I'm a big fan of Pikmin and Metroid, so you'll see, like, I like to do, like, lore videos and stuff for them as well. Other than that, I cover everything Nintendo. And then if you want to follow my Twitter, I'm starting to get more into uploading artwork. Lots of, like, Nintendo artwork.
Nice.
Run up on there. You can see my journey as I'm learning digital artwork and stuff. That's best.
Awesome.
All right, I'm Key on YouTube, but I mean, my tag is KeyOfTime15 on Twitter, YouTube, all that stuff. So you can find me on there. I cover primarily Kingdom Hearts with a little bit of Final Fantasy and other stuff trickled in there every once in a while. So if you like that kind of stuff, check me out, I guess.
I guess. Go and check him out. You go and click on that link down below and you check out Key's stuff, okay? You go and check out his stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
do it. All right.
And then... you guys are here on Common RDW on YouTube watching this video. You listened through all this way here, listening to us talk about this stuff. I appreciate you. Love you. For sure, give this video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow everyone that was here on the discussion on socials and keep in contact with us that way. I'm going to be talking a lot more about Nintendo stuff this year because there's a lot of content to cover. And I stream on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. All the links are down below. Again, thank you so much for listening to this Nintendo Direct video. We'll catch you on the next one. And I appreciate y'all for watching. So, Cisco's Key. See y'all on the next video. Bye-bye.
Peace.
See ya.